Yo, what's going on YouTube? I am Germ here. Today we're going to be back talking about Paris once again. Paris prices have been all over the place. They've been really crazy. Obviously, since the sale, prices crashed down and then they skyrocketed up. So many different stickers, specifically the hollows, like Apex specifically, crashed down and then actually rebounded to higher than when they were before the sale started, which actually doesn't really make sense. But then we kind of hit a peak. We started to drop. I thought maybe things were returning to normal. Maybe things were going to start making sense. But now, recently, we can see that prices have started to rebound once again. And the Apex Hollow is at all-time highs, if not breaking all-time highs. Here it peaked at about 1308. Right now, I don't know. It seems like we're a little bit above that. Obviously, with the request to buy at 1377. I don't know what the last one sold at. The Steam market's like really messed up right now, so it's kind of hard to exactly track where prices are. The Steam market has been bugging out with listings and all this different kind of stuff, but either way, it seems like the Apex Hollow is either right about all-time highs or maybe a little bit below, but it seems like it is rebounding back up. Now, I don't know what's going to happen. Still, overall, my mindset is I'm waiting. I think we're like 2 weeks into the sale now. I really think the best time to buy or at least evaluate is probably about 5 to 6 weeks into the sale, and I'm just going to be sitting. I'm going to be chilling. I'm going to be waiting, and I'm going to be evaluating each week to kind of see what's going on. Obviously, I'd like to get in at the best price possible, but also I do think at the same time that long-term or medium-term, Paris is going to be a very, very good investment. So at the end of the day, I'm going to buy into these one way or another, but I do still think that Capsules being so cheap and Capsules being opened and Capsules being so profitable is eventually going to run these supplies up and prices are going to come down. But like I said, if not, I'm still going to have to buy at some point. So in this video today, I want to talk about the best things, in my opinion, to buy during the Paris sale. And a couple weeks from now, like I said, 5-6 weeks into the Paris sale, what kind of things am I going to be looking at to buy? So first up, I got 3 different kind of categories here. I have Capsules, I have the Viewer Pass, and I have the Hollows that I'm going to be buying. And first up, the Capsules. I actually think this is kind of an interesting decision. Now, I think there's only really 3 capsules to choose from. I think you should be picking between one of the 3 team sticker capsules. I think that historically, sometimes the autograph capsules can do well, sometimes they can keep up, but overall, your safest bet and your best bet is going to be the team sticker capsules. They're usually the big winners and usually the biggest winners. Now, not all the team sticker capsules do well. The good ones really go crazy and the bad ones kind of don't do so well. So first up, the one that I think is the worst and the one that I'm probably going to be staying away from the most is Challengers. But I don't think Challengers is bad. And really this year for Paris, some years I think there's like an objectively worst sticker capsule. And this year I'm not really sure if that's so true. But if you look at this one, there's actually some decent stickers in here. Obviously, the Apex Hollow has been getting kind of all the fanfare and all the publicity recently. It's in here, and if the Apex Hollow keeps going crazy, the Challenger sticker capsule is definitely going to be a highly sought-after one. Gamer Legion is I think the 4th most expensive sticker in this bunch right now, and I think it's maybe even a little bit underrated. I think Gamer Legion is going to do very, very well. You have a couple okay ones in here like Monty and Payne. I know some people claim to like the OG. You have G2. This is a decent capsule. I'm not necessarily the biggest Apex Hollow believer. I think we're going to see the Apex Hollow maybe end up being a little bit overrated, maybe end up being a little overhyped. I think it's maybe even being pumped up a little bit by kind of YouTubers and Twitter personalities and stuff like that right now. I don't know if it's necessarily going to hold up as well or stand the test of time as well as some of these other ones, but maybe it will. Who knows? But overall, I don't think that this is the best capsule. To me, this is the 3rd one. But if you bought some of these, I wouldn't not understand. I get it. And I actually accidentally bought a couple of these. I was trying to buy Legends where it has Fnatic in the top right, and I saw the Apex, I saw the orange, and I bought some. So I wasn't planning on buying any Challengers, but I actually do own right now about $250 worth of Challengers capsules. And I'm not going to sell them. I'm just going to stick with them because I actually think they're going to be okay. But they're my last place choice. Second, I think, is the Contenders. Contenders, I don't love a lot of these. It has ENCE and Team Liquid and Complexity and FaZe. A lot of really, really bad stickers, a lot of duplicates. It's got Mongols and Greyhounds, which are 2 of the cheapest stickers in the entire set. But this has Fluxo, which I'm a huge fan of, and it has Mouse. And the Mouse capsule, whether you believe in the Mouse hype or not, I'm personally not the biggest Mouse believer in the world, but Mouse is the most expensive sticker in the collection. It's going to have the biggest kind of community and all that. It's going to have the most hype, and it's probably going to be the highest price for the foreseeable future. So I don't think you can go too wrong with the Contenders capsule. I think there's always going to be a ton of value there in chasing the biggest and best sticker in this package, which is, the Mouse Hollow, the Mouse Gold, all that good stuff. So I think Contenders is okay. My plan is to buy about 25% of the money I spend on capsules. I'm going to spend on Contenders because I do think this one's okay. But at the end of the day, where I'm going to be putting most of my money, where I'm going to be putting 70 to 75% of the money that I spend on capsules is, of course, going to be on the Legends. I really, 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 really love the Legends. I think there's 3 stickers that I don't love in here. Navi and Vitality, just because they have so many duplicates. But still, Navi and Vitality have big fan bases, and they're not the worst stickers in the set by any means. Bad News Eagles, obviously, it's one of the worst stickers. They have duplicates. Bad News Eagles, pretty much just trash overall. But all the other ones are at least solid. Fnatic is one of my favorite stickers from the set. Furia is always a 6 sticker. You have Into the Breach, which I think is underrated, and you have Heroic and 9, which are unique stickers to the set. You have a ton of unique stickers, ton of cool stickers. I really think Legends is going to do very, very well, and this is where I'm going to be putting most of my money in terms of capsules. Now, getting into viewer pass and stuff, I've talked about this before. Historically, viewer passes have always done very, very well. I don't know if it's a bug or if it's intended or whatever, but I know they say that the souvenir tokens expire, but for the old viewer passes, you can go back and spend the souvenir token. So by buying the viewer pass and 3 souvenir tokens, not only do you get the Paris coin, the bronze Paris coin, collectible, whatever, but you can also redeem Paris souvenir packages at any point in the future. So these things are going to have some value, and they are going to go up over time. Now, the problem here is that they are very illiquid, and that you aren't going to be able to sell a bunch of them. You'll be able to make good percentage gains on each one individually, very likely, at least historically you've been able to, but you won't be able to sell like 100 of them or 1,000 of them and just print some crazy kind of money or whatever. But I do think these are kind of interesting. They're kind of funny. I want to have some exposure to them. I think I'm going to buy maybe like 5 Paris 2023 viewer passes plus 3 souvenir tokens, and I think overall they'll do pretty well, and they'll even outperform some of the other stuff. Finally, getting into the hollows. I don't know why this is Stockholm. I'm going to pull up Paris hollows real quick. I know why. I had this because I want to make some comparisons, but we can go back to Paris hollows real quick, and I wanted to go over some of my top picks for Paris hollows. Now, again, I don't know where the prices are going to be 3 or 4 weeks from now when I actually start looking at buying and start considering buying more heavily, but I definitely don't want to buy into overhype. I don't want to pay for things that I think are overpriced, so I'm going to be looking for things that I think are fairly valued, and maybe even a little bit undervalued. And I think when you look at the bottom, also I'm definitely looking for unique stickers to Paris for the most part, and stickers that I think are good and going to stand the test of time, at least to some extent. So if you look at the bottom, cheap stickers, you have Greyhound and Mongols, which I do believe are both unique to Paris, and they're some of the cheaper ones. If you look at like Stockholm and stuff historically, even Gambit, this is the cheapest unique sticker in Stockholm. The Gambit sticker has done very, very well. Now, I do think Gambit is overall a better looking sticker than both Greyhound and Mongols, but still to show you that even the cheap unique stickers can do well. Same thing in terms of Antwerp. You have Big as the cheapest unique sticker here, and Big has done pretty well historically. It's not been bad at all. So if you want to throw some money into a cheap, maybe underrated sticker, Mongols or Greyhound, I think could both be interesting options. I'm probably not going to be doing a ton, but I might end up throwing a little bit of money into Mongols because I think you could just see good returns there. But on the cheaper end, in terms of the first page, my number 1 pick here is going to be Into the Breach. I really, really like it. It's a nice looking red logo, red sticker. I know people say it's a little bit too small or whatever, but I think it's unique. I think it's cool. I think it stands out. It's a good looking sticker, and I don't think it should be this low. I definitely think it should be ahead of things like Vitality and Complexity and OG. So I think the Into the Breach hollow is going to perform pretty well, and I could see myself putting a little bit of my hollow money into that. On the next page, I think Heroic is a very, very good pickup. Obviously a popular team with a unique logo to the Paris collection. That's going to be a cool one. Monty, I think might be a little bit overrated. It's kind of a little bit too much for me, but I could see it being okay. Fnatic is definitely a favorite of mine. Fnatic is going to be one of my biggest positions throughout this whole thing. Fluxo is another one that I'm really going to be loading up into. I think 9 is okay. 9 and Monty I think are okay. Probably not going to be putting any of my own money into those two, but if you went for those two, I don't really think you're going too wrong. Fluxo right now I think is one of the most underrated. I cannot believe Fluxo is on the second page. I cannot believe that Fluxo is below Pain. I can't believe Fluxo is below G2. I think at these prices and at this position in the overall collection, Fluxo is going to be a huge winner. And right now, if these standings and these prices stay the same, Fluxo is going to be getting a ton of my money. A big percentage of my hollow money is going to be going into Fluxo. And then finally on the last page, like I said, I'm not really the biggest fan of Mouse or Apex, and I'm probably not going to be putting much money into them. Mouse, it's not unique. I don't love that. Yes, it is the cheaper version of the Stockholm one, and maybe that's that's gonna, you know, allow you to, you know, if you want to get the cheaper version of Stockholm, maybe you think Paris will keep up with Stockholm historically or whatever. I don't know, but it literally is the exact same as Stockholm, so I don't love that. Apex I also think is a little bit overrated right now, but Furia and Gamer Legion I definitely like. I am leaning more towards Gamer Legion since it's unique to Paris, and Furia obviously has a ton of other stickers, even though they all look a little bit different. But Gamer Legion to me, I think is going to be a big winner from this group. So some of the main ones I'm looking at are Into the Breach, Fnatic, Fluxo, Gamer Legion. Going to be loading a lot of my money into those stickers and loading my money into Legends capsules and loading my money into the 2023 Viewer Pass plus 3 souvenir tokens. So like I said, right now at this point, all I'm doing is buying capsules because, you know, capsules are time-consuming, tedious, all that stuff. And capsules are at a really good price right now. Eventually, I'm going to probably buy the Viewer Pass very, very soon. And I'm still looking at a couple weeks out from starting to buy holos. But once I do, we'll definitely talk about more of that on this channel. But these are at least some of my picks for the things I'm going to be buying in all of the different categories. Maybe you guys can use some of this information or share your thoughts and opinions with me. I'd love to hear that. But pretty much it for this video today, guys. Hopefully I catch you in the next one. But until then, peace.